City Besties, welcome to Exclusive View. By today, I'm Loretta, and we are so glad to have this musician that I love. This is a duo, American duo from Arkansas, Little Rock. Please welcome Joan. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello, Alec.
How
Hello,
are you?
Steven.
Hi.
Yeah, we're great. How are you?
So
You
good.
good?
It's almost 11 p.m. here.
Yeah.
So we're up late partying, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that's still this is like daylight in Indonesia, but we're glad to have Joan today, and we're going to talk about your current situation. Are you guys ready to have a tour in Asia?
We couldn't be more ready to have a tour in Asia. We're so stoked.
Cool. So we've been waiting for your performance actually, because the previous one was actually canceled, right? And we were so sad. Did you guys have some special preparation for the Indonesian fans that you're going to, show your performance on?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely bringing so we had our Superglue like album debut tour here in America just a few months ago in the spring, and we're bringing that show with us, and we're very excited about that. We have, for the first time, we've always been a duo live, just me and Steven on stage, but for this tour and this album, we really wanted to make it special and kind of lean into a bigger sound, and so we brought on two of our good buddies, Levi and Noah, and they're playing live with us. So that's one special thing. We've grown on stage, which is nice, and yeah, it just brings like a different energy and a different vibe than what we have in the past. I always loved it just being me and Steven, but it's truly been like really fun to have more players on stage, and they just get it. They're amazing musicians and amazing guys, and it's like an extension of us. So yeah, we're bringing those guys with us, and we're putting on hopefully a dang good show. We'll see.
Yeah, and we knew that you guys also having a collaboration project with some musicians, like let's say the last one, Superglue, with Zach Zach, that we just had an interview at that time, and then NOA as well. Were you guys also having another local musician, or at least a regional musician, that you're going to have a surprise? You don't have to mention who, but do you guys have that kind of special person you're going to invite on the stage in Asia?
That's a great question. I'll say we don't currently have any confirmed plans, but we are open to friends coming on stage with us if it's the right move.
Yep, 100%.
There's a mysterious answer for you.
So okay, it's all right. We're going to wait for that surprise, actually. Okay, so now let's talk about your album. Let's talk about your album, Superglue. I mean, there's slightly a different type of vibe that I listen on your previous singles, because my favorite ones actually at that time, my first love of your music was actually Is Your Mind, and that was very 80s synth, and then 90 something. But like Superglue, they have so much ballads music in it. Do you guys really are, growing as a more mature music, or how is it? How can you describe it?
Yeah, well, we have like a constant conversation together and with our team, mostly just me and Steven, and then I have a constant internal dialogue of like style and trying to set a tone of like production and where we want to take song. For us, it's all about the song. So if the song is really good and memorable and hopefully has some sort of timeless quality to it, which is what we're always aiming for, like we kind of believe that I could just like play it on a guitar to you and it would still hit as hard as if it was a full, blown production. So this album, we really wanted to focus on the songs more than the production, but also obviously it needs production, and we like put a lot of effort into that. So we kind of had a constant conversation about like, do we want to settle into like one vibe? You know, like the one example I used recently is like The Weeknd. His last two albums are like very synthwave, retro, 80s inspired, which we get that same kind of reference a lot of like if you come to our music listening to like I Loved You First, you hear a big ripping Prince guitar solo and you hear like 80s keys and you're like, oh, they're an 80s band. We're like we're less interested in that and more interested in like great songs. And if a song felt like it needed to go a different direction that wasn't like under this umbrella of 80s or 90s or whatever, we were just like, let's throw all that out the window and let's make our first album be more about the songs than anything. And I think we did that. And I think what's cool about us is album two, whenever that is, could be all 80s inspired and it'd still be Joan, or we could go a totally different route and it'd still be Joan because it's us and we're like trying to forge our own little path here. So, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that answers your question, but
Yeah. So Stephen, do you have something to add on that statement?
I think that was a beautiful way to put it, Alan. I thought that was really great. No, I
Yeah.
agree. I think something that we've always been proud of ourselves about is just taking it song by song and not being afraid sonically to take chances and to kind of go different directions. And the nice thing about Superglue is it goes a bunch of different directions and it still feels like us. So I'm very proud of it for that reason.
Yeah, yeah. And I do love the Superglue because yeah, it's repeated also on my playlist. And talking about the music inspiration itself, you guys were actually coming from a state where, you know, most people are listening to country music. Okay, in Arkansas, let's say little rock. But Joan music itself, you got so much richness on your music. Do you guys also love country music influencing on yours? Like,
yeah,
I don't know,
so
inside and out,
we
or
don't
not actually, not
I
that
would
really.
say
How is it?
that's a great question. That's a great question. Steven and I would say neither of us currently like, you know, consume a ton of country, but I do listen to it to reference and I do listen to I grew up on it. I grew up on 90s country. So it was like bands like Rascal Flatts and Joe D. Messina and Garth Brooks and Tim McGraw, and like the really big names that a lot of people in the world know. I grew up on all that. And so while we don't necessarily consciously reference a song and go, we need these drums or we need this sound of this, you know, whatever. I think a lot of times it's subconscious, like we love like singing harmonies and we love like stacking. Steven's really good like stacking harmonies. And so if my vocals like singing the lead melody and then I double or triple it, and then Steven comes in, will add like a high octave above me or like a middle harmony or sometimes a lower harmony, we'll stack a lot of that. And sometimes it's like 10 of us, just me and him, just stacked. A lot of that's influenced even subconsciously by some of that 90s country music because they were so good at doing harmonies. So things like that, I'd say like while we don't necessarily, I'm not like waking up and turning on my Spotify and listening to today's country hits. I very much appreciate it and respect it as an art and some of the best songwriting like there is storytelling.
That's
and so
that's what I was gonna say. Going back to what Alan said about just a great song is a great song. Some of the greatest songs that have ever been written have been country songs. So it's like some of the songs, you know, are just undeniable. And so I think we've just being from Arkansas, we've also just had that kind of in us from an early age as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can tell. Okay, so I can also see like from both of you, you guys really are like bonding to each other, like making music and such. How many hours have you guys spent together in making music a day? That is my big question. Like you guys have
That's a great.
Alan is a father, right? Tell me.
Yeah,
that's such a
an
great
amazing
question.
That's a good thought. I don't have the number, but
I do. Hold on, let me calculate.
We spend from 9 to 5 pretty much every day with each other because we treat studio time kind of as work hours, and then and whenever we're on the road together, which is a big part of the year, we are literally together 24/7 for weeks and months at a time. And so far we haven't gotten sick of each other, so that's a pretty good thing.
That's
And
true.
usually whenever we're staying at hotels and everything, we stay with each other still. So, that's a testament of our friendship, I think.
Yeah. How long have you been, guys, being a friend, like a best friend? Like, is it when you were a child? Like, I don't know.
No, we probably met in like 2014 or 15, like officially met, and then we started hanging out in 2016, like more. We started hanging out more exclusively. Sounds like we're dating.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And we started writing that fall 2016, and that's when Joan started. So yeah, I mean, in all honesty, we've all like known each other really, really well, like through and through, probably since 2016. So I mean, whatever that is, 7 years. But it's one of those, like, you meet certain people in your life that like you just hit it off immediately, and like you just kind of get each other. It was like that for us. So it feels like we've been friends since we were kids. But so
yeah. So
I'm not sick of them yet. It's coming. I'm gonna get sick of them. It just hasn't happened yet. So.
Right. Oh, that was so great. I mean, as a fan can see also that you guys having a special, like, I don't know, like special chemistry when making music, like everything is in harmony, like you guys said. That's why I can tell that John is actually not just a musician, but you guys put a lot of, I don't know, like pure relationship on the music itself, also in the story. Right? So is it I guess this is the last two questions. Was it the song that you wrote about, is it coming from all the true story that you've been experiencing, or someone's like some of friends told you about that story and then you made a music and writing it?
Yes. Sorry, my cat was meowing very loudly right behind me. Yeah, it's some of both. I think especially recently, a lot of Superglue is actual, like, narrative from our lives. And I mean, so is a lot of our songs, but we also definitely write songs from the perspective of others. We have, it's a lot of it's from like watching friends go through things, and like practicing empathy through songwriting, and kind of like I don't know, it's a special experience to not necessarily go through something, but to be able to write a song and almost feel like you can feel what someone else has felt, like through the experiences that you've seen them go through. Like Broken Hearted is a good example. We've gone through heartache personally, but not necessarily to the detail of what the song is talking about. And a lot of it is from friends' perspectives, and a lot of it's from, even like cinematic, like movies that we've seen. We've drawn influence from that. So a lot of it comes from a lot of different avenues, but we try to make it as, like, if we end up finishing the song and it feels really personal to us, that's a huge win, because we know that if we feel like it's personal, it's going to feel personal to you as well. So that's the goal.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much a great answer to that, and I do believe on what you're saying. Well, so I guess the time is almost up. Do you guys have a message to your Indonesian fans that has been waiting for you, especially like me and my friends today, that going to watch your performance in Indonesia, please?
Yeah, we are so stoked to come play Indonesia. We have dreamt of this day for a long time, and we just love coming to Asia and playing all these different countries. It's crazy to us that we're from Arkansas, this tiny state in America, writing music, and this is my bedroom, that's his bedroom, then he's at, like, we're just like, kind of, I don't know, DIY almost sounds like it cheapens it, but like we're just two guys making music on our own, like just us and a small team. And the fact that we can make songs that people care about in Indonesia is nuts. So we're so thankful, and we're very excited for the show. And we hope that people come to the show. Let's fill it up. Let's have a blast. Let's sing some songs together. We'll dance. We'll cry. We might cry together. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
And I'll say
Yeah.
too, I'd like to say CreativeDisc, especially, we have definitely seen the support specifically from you guys for several years now. And I just want to say thank you so much for supporting us. We feel like so thankful for you, for, you know, shouting us out in any way and showing support. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. Means the world.
Thank you very much, Joan, for your time. I'm Loretta. I'm so grateful to have you guys you here today, and I hope we can meet in person in Indonesia very soon. Okay?
Yes, please. Sounds
Claps all
great.
around. So good to meet you.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you so much, Alex. And I hope everything can run smoothly and you can perform greatly in Asia. I'll see you in
Thank
Asia, Joan.
We'll see you there. Bye, buddy.
Thank
See you.
you.